Hey you.
You talking to me?
Yeah you, come over here. Let me give you a taste of something that's gonna change your world forever.
So you've never played this before, right? They literally can't beat me. Alright, I'm dead.
A game who everyone who has played loves.
I got him, I get his
Bro, it was so
Man, I
fucking
hate
OP.
this game. Depression!
This, the combat, you know what? It's kind of similar.
But wait, it's not available anymore. Lawsuit? Nexon? You mean that evil gotcha company? We're not sure when we're gonna play it again. Or perhaps you're watching this from a future where the game is out. In that case, call up Doc, grab the DeLorean, and time travel back to me making this video. Take me with you to your future so I can play. Because you know that
I need it!
Dark and Darker is an intense first-person PvP PvE dungeon extraction game. Similar to Tarkov, except it's medieval, actually well made, and is not filled with a bunch of cheaters.
I knew it!
It borrows much of its themes from traditional fantasy tropes, and more specifically Dungeons & Dragons. You start by picking one of 7 classes: Fighter, Barbarian, Rogue, Ranger, Wizard, Cleric, or Bard. Other classes are in development as well. Once you are done, you can enter the lobby. From here you can enter your first match immediately, change your class perks or abilities, more on that later, or group up with other players. Each group can have up to 3 players in it. There are currently 3 maps in the game. 2 of the maps allow groups in them, while the last map is for solo players only. The original, and everyone's favorite map, is the Howling Crypts, or Castle. Once you enter, you will spawn into one of a variety of spawn locations. Some are more forgiving than others, as you may spawn right next to a mob, and potentially die in the first 10 seconds of play. The basic goal of the game is to kill monsters, grab loot, and escape with your riches. This, however, is much more difficult than one would first expect. Even the most basic enemies in this game can be brutal, and take many hits to kill, especially as a new character who doesn't have any good gear yet. Many people die to the first 1 or 2 monsters they encounter in the game, but you will slowly learn each of their mechanics, and the timing of when to attack and when to get out of the way in order to dodge their attacks. So mobs are the first apparent thing in between you and survival. Next up, we have the Swarm. Every map has a Battle Royale style circular zone that is slowly closing in as the round progresses. Stay inside the safe zone and you're good. Step outside into the Swarm and you'll start taking damage over time, ultimately killing you if you stay in there for too long. Every few minutes the circle will shrink on your minimap, giving you a heads up to get out of that area. This mechanic helps to force the next mechanic that will end your life: PvP. You and your group are not the only players in the dungeon, and thus, you are not the only ones being forced into a smaller and smaller circle.
Hey, are there any stabbers down there? No, it's okay.
Some of these players will be more bloodthirsty than others, so keep your guard up and be prepared to fight at all times. But how do we escape? Here we meet the 4th mechanic that can be your savior or downfall: portals. There are blue portals and red portals. Blue portals will take you out of the dungeon, back to the safety of the lobby, escaping with your newfound wealth. Red portals will take you deeper, to an even harder level, known as Inferno. Down there, more blue portals will be found as well. But you see, finding and taking portals is not so easy. There is never enough portals for everyone. If, say, 21 people enter the dungeon, there will not be 21 portals by the end of the round. After a few minutes in the dungeon, portals will slowly start spawning, growing up from the ground. They appear in different spots every time. The kill feed will show when a new one spawns, and they have a distinct sound, so listen for them appearing near you. And what should happen if you don't escape, but perish instead? You will lose everything on you, including everything you brought with you. That awesome helmet you bought from the armorer? Gone. That epic sword you found and picked up during the round? Gone. That is unless your team can resurrect you. This can be done 2 different ways. Upon death, every player has a soul heart on their corpse. A teammate may loot this, bring it to an altar located in various places in the map, and revive you. Though, you will be revived naked and with low health, so you better hope your teammate also grabbed any of your important gear too. The second method is via the resurrection spell that clerics have. So, you finally managed to escape through your first blue portal. Now what? Time to sell what you looted, stash away what you want to save, and bring with you what you think can help you survive the next run. There are a variety of merchants, each buying and selling different types of items. Once you have your first bit of gold, poke around and see if there is anything that fancies you. From the lobby, you can also change your class abilities and perks, as well as spells, if your class has them. Each class has 2 slots for what are known as abilities or skills. You use them by pressing either Q or E to activate either one. Some are more useful than others, so read through them and try experimenting with each of them to see what you like. Everyone starts out with 1 perk slot. You unlock your 2nd at level 5, your 3rd at level 10, and your 4th at level 15. The max level in the game is 20, and there is currently nothing you unlocked upon hitting max level. Hopefully that will change in the future. Speaking of things to look forward to in the future, there are plans for both quests and skill trees to be added to the game, along with more classes as previously said. After a while of running the Howling Crypts, you may notice that the map looks the same as last time, but slightly different. What gives? Well, there are different versions of the Howling Crypts map. Many of the rooms are the same, but they are in different locations, and not all of the rooms are in each version of the map. Currently, the Crypts is the only map like this, as both the Goblin Caves and the Ruins each only have 1 version of them. The Howling Crypts is also the only map with a high roller feature. This is a system where you can choose to pay 100 gold in order to play an even harder version of the Crypts, but with better loot. But be wary, as you will not only find harder monsters, but better and more geared players as well. 2 more features the lobby provides is trading and the Gathering Hall. Trading is where you can buy and sell items with other players. A chat window will appear, where players write out a message and link the items they are selling, then wait for people to open a trade window with them. If you are buying something, be careful to double check the item though, as they may attempt to scam you by replacing the item with a lower quality one that looks similar. The Gathering Hall is a place where you find other players to group up with. It has a similar chat window to the Trading Hall. Here players write their class, and if they are looking for a group, or vice versa, they are looking for another player to join their group. The Gathering Hall does have a minimum level requirement of level 5 though, so you may have to go it solo until then. Have your friends join you. Or find other players in the Discord who want to group up. Phew, that was a lot. So when can we play this game? I wish I had the answer to that question. Currently with the lawsuit, it is up in the air as to when we will get either another playtest or the game will be released into early access. Ironmace, the company making the game, recently released 2 gameplay videos showing them playing the game and some of the updates they made to it. For now, all of us who have gotten a taste of the game in the past are currently going through withdrawals and suffering dearly. So, if you're watching this Ironmace, please know, if you release early access now, you can have all of the money in our bank accounts,
$1,
any organs that are not entirely necessary for survival, and our firstborn son. In all seriousness, we are all excitedly awaiting its return. The Discord general chat has both been hilarious and insane over the past few months. Our dad went down to the corner store to buy a gallon of milk, and he's still gone. For now, we are the little kid waiting on the steps outside. Come home soon, Dad. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Even with the game gone, I still upload Dark and Darker videos daily. When it returns, I'll be live streaming it here as well. I hope to see you all in the dungeon soon.
You